ナルト、なんであんなところに落書きした？おかげさまがどういう人たちか分かってんだろう。
当たり前じゃん。
Hey guys, so today we're going to be making the Ichiraku Ramen from Naruto, which is a miso, pork and chicken stock ramen. So let's get started by making some ramen eggs. So to make ramen eggs, you're obviously going to need some eggs. And to make the marinade in which they will dwell, you're going to need some soy sauce and some mirin. Throw them in a pot of boiling water. And then set your timer to 6 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. After the 6 minutes and 30 seconds are up, it's time to pop the eggs in an ice bath to stop the cooking process so they keep their custardy yolk. Once they have cooled down completely, go ahead and peel them, put them in a Ziploc bag, throw in some mirin and the soy sauce. Then go ahead and gently massage them. Make sure that they're all covered by the marinade before you pop them in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. You can refrigerate them overnight, but any longer and they will be slimy and disgusting. Then comes one of the most important parts of the ramen, the Chashu Pork, which starts with ginger, which you're going to peel, and chop up in big chunks. Then it's time to prepare the star of the show, the pork belly. Now this is a small piece of pork belly, but it'll do. Then I got a hold of some real fitting pork string, which we're going to use to string up the pork belly so it cooks and looks better. Now it doesn't need to be pretty, just roll it up and tie it up tightly. Then throw some oil in your casserole or frying pan or whatever, because it's time to brown the meat. So go ahead and try to brown it on all sides here. And if you can develop some nice fond, yay! Now look at these tongues, they're completely useless. Let me change them. There we go, much better. Once the meat is browned sufficiently, it's time to throw in some water. I threw in about 2 mugs worth. Then we're going to need some soy sauce. Then some chunks of ginger. The white part of some negi. And some sugar. And finally a squirt of mirin. Swish the pork around in its bath with the tongues that you decided to give a second chance. It should look something like this. Once it's simmering, it's time to put on the otoshibuta. I'll explain what it is and how to make one down in the description. Then after about an hour, it should look something like this. At this point you need to take care of it, so swish it around in the juices again. And don't leave the kitchen. At this point it's really easy to burn everything. As you can see, everything is really caramelized, but trust me, it can burn really quickly. Now at this point, it's time to turn off the heat and let it rest for a bit. After the pork has rested, chop off the strings and get ready to slice it up. You can slice it as thinly or as thick as you want to, and if it's not really all the way done, don't worry, because we're going to roast it as well. And yes, I ate that end piece. If you don't have a fancy schmancy Japanese fish grill oven, you can just fry them in a frying pan or throw them on a barbecue, or if you have a kitchen torch, you can torch them too. Now, after a little while inside of the flame oven, they are broiled to perfection. After you're done admiring your hard work, it's time for the next step. The toridashi. It starts with a bunch of garlic. Smash them on your cutting board, peel them, and you're done. Remember the negi stalks from earlier? Bam! We're going to use the green parts for this. And of course, it's no chicken stock without chicken. A Japanese chicken stock uses chicken wings. So pop the wings in the water and wait for it to boil up. When it's warming up, you might get some scum on the top, just skim it off. Once you've skimmed to your liking, it's time to drop in the green parts of the negi. The ginger and the garlic. Remember to salt and pepper to taste and put it down to low simmer. After about an hour, it should look something like this. Go ahead and strain the liquid, but remember to take care of the chicken wings. They're actually really delicious. Now that the toridashi is done, it's time to make the miso ramen soup. For the real authentic miso ramen taste, you're going to need this, which is la doubanjiang or something in Chinese, and some ground pork. So in your oiled casserole, throw in some onions, some ginger, and some garlic. Throw in your meat and stir it up. Once your meat is done, it's time to throw in some sesame oil and some sesame seeds. Throw in some salt and pepper if you didn't salt and pepper your chicken stock enough. And then deglaze the whole pan with the delicious chicken stock. Oh yeah! Wait for it to simmer up a bit, and then it's time for the miso. Put miso in the ladle and a little bit of the soup mixture in and start whisking it up. By doing it this way, you will have no miso lumps in your delicious miso ramen soup. At this point I put in the la doubanjiang, the chili bean paste. You can put it in with the meat and fry it up, but I like it this way. Make sure to season to taste. I had to throw in a little bit more sugar just to round out the spiciness of the la doubanjiang. Have one last taste, and it's time to assemble the Ichiraku Ramen. It's not the Ichiraku Ramen from Naruto without Naruto, so let's chop up some Naruto. Japanese Naruto is a kind of fish cake that tastes like crab sticks. It's actually pretty good. And it has a cool spiral shape as well. Nice. Then in some boiling water, throw in your fresh ramen. If you don't have access to fresh ramen, you can make it yourself at home if you have a pasta machine. I'll write down in the description how to make it. I live in Japan and they sell fresh ramen at the corner store, so it's redundant to make it by myself. Boil the ramen to your desired hardness. I like katamen, which is hard noodles, because you know they soften up in the soup. Throw the ramen in your bowl and get ready to spoon on the delicious miso ramen soup with pork and chicken stock. Oh yeah! Let's assemble the Ichiraku Ramen. Naruto always orders it with extra chashu, so that's what we're doing today. Then in a safe way, chop up your ramen tamago and put it inside. Sprinkle on a lot of green onions. I know it's only one Naruto in the anime, but yeah, put in a lot of them. Top it all off with some nori. If I remember correctly, Naruto hates menma, so I decided to skip it. Look at this delicious bowl of Ichiraku Ramen. And you know what? It actually tasted like childhood.